the outward show, while failing to lay hold of the critical virtue of mercy, which alone could leave hope for sinners. When the Sadducees, who were the priests, the Sadducees were the priests, the high priests and the priests. The Pharisees were the lawyers. They were the ones who proclaimed and taught the word of God. They were corrupt. They were self-righteous. They defiled the whole system of faith. The Sadducees, who were the priests, who were to represent the people during this time, were all about trying to seek political advantage and wealth. They had no concern for anything spiritual. Everything was political. They denied the realities of the spiritual life and the glory of the heavenly kingdom. Sadducees didn't even believe in the afterlife. They didn't believe that there was a heaven, that we were going to go to heaven or anything like that. You die, you're in a box. A time when temple worship had been utterly corrupted and turned into a marketplace for the wealthy. Remember that Jesus turning over the tables. What's going on in the temple? People are bringing their animals in, and those animals are not accepted. But we'll give you a clean animal if you pay an additional price and give us your animal. Or your money's not accepted here. You have to get it transformed into the currency that we have, and you can do that for a price. They turned the temple, the place where you would come to recognize God's grace, into a marketplace. On this deplorable scene, God sent His Son, Emmanuel, on a search and rescue mission to save sinners by His own death, life, death, and resurrection. Emmanuel, God with us. God has not forgotten His promise. God has not abandoned us. God has not given up on us. In spite of our utter rebellion and ungodliness, God has come down to us, and not simply as an accompaniment to the ministry of this Jesus, as it was during the time of Isaiah, an accompaniment to Isaiah. God was with them through that sign of the child. But in this case, in the very person of Jesus Christ Himself, God would come during the time of Matthew's day. If you think God's mercy and grace were unfathomable when He delivered undeserving Judah during the time of King Ahaz, with the accompanying sign of Isaiah's son, then what do you think of the mercy and grace of God when He Himself actually steps into human flesh, born through the womb of a woman, and who lays down His own life not simply for Judah, not simply for Israel, but for a wicked, naturally God-hating, idol-worshipping people from every single nation in the whole world? See, that's the impact of what happened in Isaiah's time. It pointed to a greater reality during the time of Christ. The same